thought I'd tell you just real quickly a little bit about myself, kind of how we got to where we are, and then just get right into the announcements here. We've got an awful lot to celebrate here this evening with all the distributors who have done just such an outstanding job over the last year. But Herbalife means everything in the world to me. I started the company when I was very young, predominantly because most of the people in my family were overweight. My mom seemed to be always trying some kind of crazy diet. And from the time I was young, she just tried anything she could to lose weight. And eventually she got so frustrated with the way that she looked and felt, she started going to doctors to get help, and they prescribed prescription diet pills to her. And she kept taking these tablets, and she did lose weight from this product. But she became extremely addicted to it. Her health started to go downhill, and it was a tremendous tragedy watching her year after year totally destroy her life. And when I was 18 years old, she died from a drug overdose. And it was a tremendous tragedy because my mom totally destroyed her entire life trying to lose 30 pounds. And you know, if there had been something like an Herbalife around, where someone had had the guts back then to put on a button and taken a little bit of time to talk to her about the way she looked and the way she felt about herself, she probably would have got on the Herbalife products, and she probably could have looked the way she wanted to look and feel the way that she wanted to feel, and she'd probably be alive today. And ever since that day, I've absolutely been obsessed with learning as much as I could about nutrition, about diet, helping people safely lose weight. And I was very, very fortunate. I met some very, very good people along the way. I got some doctors that got very interested in my goals and desires. And along the way, of course, I met Dick Marconi and his partner, Fred Siegel. And I went there and really just talked to them about the way I felt about how people were losing weight, how dangerous it was for everybody. And I said, you know, we could make something that could be awesome. I said, you know, you guys have a tremendous factory. You're one of the leading manufacturers in the world. And I said, why don't we put together a product that will be the most unbelievable thing in the world? Something that will be safe, something that will be totally natural, and something that will help people so they don't have to suffer the same way my mom did. And I said, I don't care how much the product costs to make. I want the best product you can possibly make. And of course, that was a tremendous order for them to do that at that time. And of course, it was very easy for me to make such a big order because I wasn't the one who was going to have to pay to put up all the money to put it together. I said, listen, you guys have got all the money. You know, you guys go and put all the products together, and I'll become the first salesman for the company. And by golly, I'll make this the most exciting thing that's ever hit not only America, but around the world. And I'm proud to say now, not only have we hit America, but we have taken the world absolutely by storm, and we are helping more people lose weight than any company in the world. And what an exciting thing it is, too. You know, God, you know, when I started, I feel like the granddaddy of this whole thing, you know. 14 years has gone by now as I started the company. Of course, we got it. Took us about a year to get everything put together. But, you know, looking in this auditorium here tonight, this is awesome. I mean, 5,500 people showing up like this, screaming and clapping and having a good time. I mean, when I got started, there was nobody. No, I mean, I was the only person in the company. I mean, I was the top. I was the order department. I was the receptionist. I was the accountant. I packed the distributor kits. I was the #1 distributor. You know, of course, it's not difficult being top when you're the only one, you know. And I'll never forget trying to, you know, get some people excited about Herbalife back then. You know, first of all, I looked so young, it was ridiculous. You know, I mean, I look young now, right? But you should have seen me when I was 22, man. I mean, let me tell you, the kid really looked young. And I'll never forget, I only had one suit to my name back then. I had this little white jacket and this little black pair of pants and stuff, but I thought it was so cool, too, you know. And I'll never forget, my first little office was over on Robertson Boulevard, and I'll never forget trying to get some people together. You know, I tried to get my friends interested and jacked up about Herbalife, and, you know, I called them all up on the phone, and I said, listen, come on down to the Holiday Inn on Sunset Boulevard tonight. And I said, you guys won't even believe what you see. And they didn't. I mean, I brought with me that night, because the products weren't even packaged back then, I brought with me a baggie full of the powder of Formula One, and I said, we're gonna change the entire world with this baggie full of powder. My friend said, you better stop drinking that powder, Jack. They all thought I had totally flipped out. They thought I was totally crazy. And my second meeting was even worse. You know, I mean, I was so depressed. My friends didn't want to help me. Nobody wanted to get going. So I placed this little ad in the newspaper, and it said, prisoner, are you chained to a desk 40 hours a week? Make money now and all this kind of stuff. And I'll never forget, I mean, my office back then was 800 square feet. I mean, the receptionist area was about yay big, right? And then I had my little tiny office, and it had white carpeting. It was so cool, matched my little jacket, right? And then there was like this warehouse. The international warehousing department was about this big, right? And I had this presentation that would just crack anybody up. I had these great big cue cards, like your kid would do a presentation with. And on the front, there was a man, woman, and a child. And it said, welcome to my family. And I had 12 people show up off this ad. I mean, have any of you distributors ever run an advertisement before, or flyers and stuff? You ever have anybody that you talked to that was mean, that was nasty, that was in a bad mood? Well, let me clue you in, I scored big that night. I mean, I had 12 of the ugliest, nastiest, meanest dudes you ever saw in your entire life show up to this deal, right? I mean, they were in a bad mood. I mean, they all looked like used car salesmen, right? They had the white belts with the polyester pants with the big snags in it, right? And they just fit in this little reception room, you know, just enough for me to close the door, right? And here they all are, they're standing there, and I have my little big cue cards there, and I turned around and I said, welcome to my family. And you could hear a guy snickering in the back, we don't want to be part of your family, let me clue you in. I mean, it was the worst meeting, right? And I was saying, God, we're going to make everybody in the world lose weight. And they said, well, you know, who's lost weight so far? And I went, you know, I said, well, you know, my grandmother's lost 10 pounds already. I mean, pay attention. This thing's totally out of control already. I mean, listen here. And I said, you know, we're going to get rich. We're going to get rich. And they said, well, who's got rich so far? I said, if you guys buy some product here, I will. And I mean, it was just the absolute worst, right? They all walked out, and it was just the worst meeting. But fortunately, I finally started getting a few customers. My granny lost 25 pounds, then got me some more customers. And that's what started the whole thing moving. It was just so exciting. Referrals started coming in from all over Orange County, from her losing the weight. Pretty soon, people in Texas started knowing about it. Pretty soon, people in Kansas City knew about it. And pretty soon, all of America was finding out about this incredible thing called Herbalife. And people up in Canada started saying, geez, can't we have these products? It'd be incredible for us in Canada. And we took the company to Canada. And pretty soon people from Australia said, hey, you know, don't leave us out. We want in on the deal. And we took the company to Australia. And then we just went on an absolute crash program of opening up the company worldwide, and we went to New Zealand, and then we went to Mexico, and then we went to Spain, and then we went to France, and then we went to Germany, and we went to Israel, and we've opened up Czechoslovakia, and we just opened up Portugal, and we just opened up Italy, and we're going to take this wonderful thing called Herbalife, country by country. We're going to take it language by language, and my dreams are coming true every single year, better and better. We're going to take Herbalife, trust me, completely around the entire world is what we're going to do. Yes. God, I'm so proud of what Herbalife stands for. You know, all I really wanted when I started the company was to be able to help people lose weight and, you know, have a good time and just be able to help some people that wanted to make some extra money. And, you know, it's incredible what these products do. I mean, it's so great to not only be an Herbalife distributor, but know that you can have the absolute confidence every single day of not only having the best product in the world, but being able to affect someone every single day with these products. You know, it's such a tragedy. There's so many different diets that are out there that people are struggling with every single day to try to get their weight down. I mean, there's approximately 76 million people just here in the United States struggling to try to lose weight. And they try diet after diet, and they get discouraged and more discouraged with each diet that they try. People go out there and advertise things that are for $39, and they find out they've got to eat $600 with a little prepackaged foods that look like Barbie and Ken doll meals, right? And they keep going to diet, to diet, to diet, discouragement consistently. And, you know, it's so great when you meet someone and you talk to them about Herbalife, and you know that they've got doubts. You know that they don't think it's going to work. And you know that half the time they're thinking about getting their money back. And then they try the products. They start to say, my goodness, could it work for me? And pretty soon they lose 10 pounds and 30 pounds and 40 pounds. And they start to regain their self-respect. And they start to feel good about themselves once again. That's what's so exciting about Herbalife. Not only can we help people feel so good and start to regain their self-respect about themselves, you can look yourself square in the mirror every single day and say, by golly, I'm proud of being an Herbalife distributor. What a great thing it is. The goals were always clear, and the goals were always very simple since I started the company: to make the absolute very best products we possibly could. And the company doesn't stop. It continues to put money back into research, to continue to try to search for the best natural things that we possibly can, to continue to help people lose weight around the world in a safe and natural way. And the other goal that I had was to be able to allow distributors from all walks of life, regardless of their color, regardless of their religion, regardless of how their experience, regardless of their background, regardless of anything, that they would be able to start right where they were as an Herbalife distributor and absolutely be able to go as far as they wanted to as an individual. And I'm proud to say that not only we had people who have started out from all walks of life, from truck drivers to accountants to lawyers to people at Checkers at Market Basket, who have done extraordinarily well in our company. But I'm proud to say that after 13 years, our company, regardless of how much time it takes, regardless of how much the employees got to stay up overtime, regardless if the orders are late and they've got to stay up and put them all in, we have written our checks to our distributors every single month on time, cashable checks for 13 years.